Hi, we are from LAX2019 Group 28, having our fourth discussion today. So my name is Nur Adlin binti Nur Azuddin with matrix number 198981.
Hi, my name is Karat Shaker with the matrix number 200595.
Hi, my name is Shanab Daniel Shanbergen with the matrix number 200350.
Hi, my name is Nurjana binti Zamri with the matrix number 201062.
Hi, my name is Aina Kamilia with the matrix number 201079.
Hi, my name is Lam Shakib bin Shahril. My matrix number is 200793.
Hi, my name is Ahmad Asfar bin Ahmad Yahnel with matrix number 200315.
Hi, my name is Nur Afika Rahana binti Apandi and my matrix number is 200-826.
Nur Atira binti Nur Hisham and my matrix number 200938.
Hi, my name is Nasrin Nazifa binti Karim with the matrix number 198047.
Okay, since everybody has introduced themselves, today we'll be having our third pair to introduce their product, which is Kavi and Diana. Would you like to proceed?
Sure, thank you, Adeline. So guys, if you take a look behind me, you can see that I'm currently in a hospital. Now, how do people end up in a hospital? Well, one of the reasons why people end up in a hospital is because they don't wear their mask properly or because their masks are contaminated. So our product today, or our DIY project, is actually trying to fix this problem. So we've come up with a DIY face mask holder that will not only protect your mask, but will sort of act as a convenient pouch for you to carry your mask everywhere you go. So if you could see Diana right now, she probably has the product with her because I am currently in hospital, so I don't have it. The entire purpose for this project is firstly to protect your mask. Oftentimes we wear our mask and when we take it out, we lay it on the table, which is dirty and contaminated, and then we wear it again. Meaning to say you're not actually protecting yourself because you're just contaminating the mask and you're probably going to get infected and then end up in a hospital like me. And the second reason is because you don't have a convenient place to store this mask for later use, right? What often happens is that you take the mask and you just chuck it in your pocket or you just chuck it in the bag, and then you have to reuse another mask. So our DIY project is to fix two of these problems. Perhaps now I can pass it over to Diana, who will explain on how we can make this product at home.
Thank you, Kavi. So you only need two items to do this DIY, and it's a piece of paper and a pair of scissors. You can either use the plastic type of paper, the one that I think Adeline's group used for the picture frame, that same type of paper. And you can use this if you want it to be waterproof, or you can use just a normal colored paper, which is a little bit harder than usual, not the flimsy one. And what you need to do first is that get your mask, and you will need to measure your mask against this piece of paper. I'm going to use the red one as a reference because the clear one will not be as visible. So measure your mask, and I think you would need to have to cut about 1/2 inch below your mask, and you will get something like this. You get something like this. And all you need to do is fold this piece of paper half and another time. You get something like this. And once you fold it, you'll see something, you'll see like a point of intersection here. And what you need to do is you need to cut from the bottom part here up till the point of intersection, and you'll get something like this. So you cut this part off and you fold it again and make another triangular cut here at the edge. So this is where your elastic will be resting when you put in your mask. So it's pretty simple. It takes literally less than 1 minute to like do. So when you can keep this in your pocket, and when you need to remove your mask and you need to store it safely, just put your mask here and then fold it. I'm doing it roughly, but you can get the gist. And fold it other time. And you have the elastic coming out from this end. Rest it on the crevice that you cut out. And you get something like this. Yeah, you can do it neater if you have the time. So this works, and you can keep it in your pocket or your purse, whatsoever. So yeah, pretty simple DIY, but very practical.
Exactly. So as you can see, it's very convenient, and basically everyone can do this at home. And in fact, we encourage you to try it because, like I said, a lot of us tend to think wearing a mask is enough to protect us from the COVID-19 virus, but we often forget that keeping our mask on dirty surfaces can also spread the disease. So guys, we'll probably open the floor for questions, recommendations, or even improvements on our project. Maybe you can even discuss its practicality.
Oh, okay. Since everyone's quiet, maybe I'll start with a few comments. All right. First off, love the product, guys. Love how simple it is, and love how practical it is in terms of like real life use. My question for you is: you use A4 paper at Diana, right? Well, wouldn't an issue that would rise up is the fact that it could get easily damaged? Would there be a better alternative to use, like manila card or I don't know?
Yeah, as I mentioned previously, this is not the flimsy normal A4 paper. It's a little bit harder than usual. It's somewhat between manila card and the normal colored paper. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's not as thin as the normal colored paper. You can either use this, or if you want it to be more durable, you can use the plastic type. This is more waterproof. This is waterproof compared to this. This one is obviously not. So it depends on what you have at that time, and yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Diana.
I would say that it's quite an easy thing to just use. I mean, things are around yourself that you could just use to do this thing, because I've seen it being sold. I guess probably because everybody is using masks, and also it's a thing that, because I've seen it sold and it's been quite expensive. I've seen, of course, they have much more I would say colors and patterns and whatnot, but the thing is, we can do it ourselves for basically 0 ringgit as compared to paying 10 bucks for something that we could do ourselves, so I'm quite impressed with your project.
I would like to add to Edwin's comment. I also think that it's very cool to actually come up with this idea. But also, I think it will be better to use the plastic one, because then we can reuse it in terms of we can actually sanitize the plastic sheet in comparison to using paper. So you can spray sanitizer to it. Yeah.
Didn't think of that, Aina. You're right. You could then sanitize it if it's made of plastic. Brilliant, if I may say.
Does anybody else have anything to add? Any recommendations?
Does everyone understand our DIY project?
Yes,
Akira?
understand. For me,
You guys
it's a good project that we need. As we all know, everyone use face mask, right? So we need to make sure that our face mask is contaminate from the virus. So it's a good idea to do this project, do this product to ensure that we use the best face mask for ourselves.
I agree with. I think your project is a good idea. It's cool, but I also agree with Aina's idea. You want something that is more hygienic. You can use plastic instead. So you can, regularly sanitize your mask because we do not want our mask to be contaminated, right? So and I think the use of plastic is much more hygienic because when we actually put our mask that has been used in a mask holder, of course it will get contaminated. So the use of plastic can actually encourage us to regularly sanitize the mask holder so that our new mask that we are going to put in the mask holder will not get the any germs or virus from the previous use. So I agree with Hannah, but I think the project is our scope.
Okay, so I would like to give a comment. So first of all, I would like to say Afika's point is reliable and I agree with her. But I have a questions. Like previously you mentioned that for the earlobe you have to the way you put the earlobe in that way, won't it be like loose or something? Because it's like you pulling it. So won't it be loose? Like if it loose and then we cannot like put it here, like stays here, like if it loose. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes. Okay, I want to say that I like your face.
Hold on. To answer the question, I don't think it will be loose because typically masks have very elastic bands. They don't tend to wear, the elasticity don't tend to wear off just because of stretching it a few times. So I don't think that's an issue. Even if it did stretch out, you would obviously use another mask because these masks are disposable. So I guess it's not going to be a huge problem unless you use the reusable type. Then you might not want to use something like this.
Okay, then that leads to a question of what if you use reusable masks? How would is it like, can it fit, do you think, into honestly, I think that it could.
I tried a couple minutes ago before the discussion, and it does fit. Depending on how you cut the piece of paper, the paper that I was talking about initially, like you have to cut about half an inch below your mask. So if your mask is bigger, then the diameter will be bigger, and your mask holder would be bigger, and it will be fitting for the reusable mask. But it should work fine. If you want a more tighter fit, this one would be a better choice. This one will end up being too, what's the word? It will puff out a lot more, and it wouldn't look that nice for a reusable mask compared to this one because it compresses it better. So that's my finding for reusable masks.
I guess that's the benefit of doing it out yourself, because you could just customize it as to whatever size that you like. Yeah.
I want to say that I really like your face mask holder DIY idea because as face mask has become a larger part of our new normal, we will likely to leave home without wearing wine. But sometimes during we eat or anything, we will take it off, such as having meal. So I think for the mask, I think we can also use a piece of cloth to make the face mask holder.
Interesting suggestion, Shauki. We have yet to experiment with that because Diana and I actually worked on this project 1 week back. We tried using papers, different types of papers. We tried using plastics, but we haven't used any cloth-based material. Right off the bat, I think a few issues might arise. Maybe the cloth might not be as sturdy or as rigid as paper, so that might be an issue. But yeah, we can try that in future projects. Thank you.
I've also seen pouch-like, you know how they have like the ribbons on the end, so you just put it in for reusable ones instead of the folding ones, since that, because it's thicker when you use the reusable ones for cloth and all. So that could also be a suggestion to, you know, keep your mask clean.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We haven't discovered how to make that yet. I think we were focusing more on to like DIY projects that are more accessible, like more easier for you to make with things around you. And as students, I feel like the most accessible thing that we can get around us is a piece of A4 paper or the plastic paper that I was talking about. So we kind of limited our choices to that. But thank you for the suggestion. We'll look into that.
We haven't heard from some of the other group mates. What do you guys think about our project? Any comments, feedback, anything at all? Or have you all said what you wanted to say?
Yeah, I think most of us have already mentioned what we wanted to say, and because it's a fairly simple project to actually carry out, that's why I think most of us kind of like don't have much to improvise on it. Plus, I think I agree with others that it can be used on a daily basis and it's very easy to make. It's by far we only need the least amount of items to make this. So yeah, that's all from me.
Okay, great. Since you've already given us your questions and comments, right? Perhaps it would be right for us to ask you guys some questions just so that we could better understand the viability of such a project, right? One of the biggest concerns Diana and I had was whether or not people would actually use this product. So what do you guys think? Would you actually use this product or use this DIY project in your daily life, or would it be a one-time thing? Perhaps you can ask everybody.
For me, I think I will be making one, but these days, if you buy face mask, you will get one for free, or several. But sometimes they don't give you, but so you can make it yourself.
I think based on all the factors that we consider, like especially how easy it is to make and how practical it is to bring around, I think I would use it if I ever get around to even wanting to make one. But you know, I think like all things considered, right? It's actually a pretty like cool thing to do. I think it's easier. It's better than stuffing it in your pocket or keeping it on the table, which is pretty weird already. I think like if I were to seriously consider it, I think it would be something that I really use in the long run. Yeah, that's it for me. So good job, guys.
Yeah, as for me, I would also definitely use it. I have not yet used one, but now that you say that, you know, we just put it around, I would normally put it in my handbag and not put it on the table. But even in the handbag, it isn't that safe, like germ-wise and, you know, cleanliness-wise. We wouldn't know. Sometimes I put it in a chocolate bar in there and it gets a little dirty there. So I would definitely start thinking of probably doing one, yeah.
Okay, for me, I think I will do it one for my own use. Maybe we don't know whether on the table we have the virus. At anywhere, at any place, we put our mask. So with this product, we can actually ensure for our mask. Next.
I would also definitely use or actually make one of this mask holder, because honestly, I'm a careless person. I always forget where did I put my stuff. So usually when I'm eating outside, I would usually I would usually put it somewhere I cannot remember. So I will always ask my mom for another mask. So I think this is a very good alternative for a person like me, for a forgetful person like me. So I would definitely make one to to avoid such occasion.
Atira
Okay,
and
so
Nazreen? Yeah.
okay, so I will try to do it because I used to be the same like Adeline. I just put it in my handbag, and also not only my mask. I also have my niece's mask in my bag. So it's like when you're going out to eat or something, you have to take off your mask, and then you won't put it on your table, right? Because it's dirty, obviously, and you don't know like the previous persons who sat there, and then you have to be very cautious with the current situation right now. So yeah, I think it's a good idea, and you guys have introduced us with a thing that will really help us in this moment, in this situation with the COVID era and something. Yeah. So yeah, great job.
Yeah, knowing that the numbers now, I live in Selangor and the numbers are really, really spiking up nowadays. I mean, now currently, and Raya is totally off our schedules, so we have to really be careful. And I think this would actually be, like, it may help somehow to stop the spread of, because sometimes when a person wouldn't know, like, for example, if I had the thing, I wouldn't know that moment that I got the virus. As for example, I don't want to jinx it, but if we do these small little things, it might be able to stop a certain percentage at least. So I really hope that we actually try to do this. Yeah.
I would hope so too as well. If this happens to reduce the number of cases, well, fantastic. I guess we've heard a lot from all of you today, and I think it's safe to say that all of you liked our product. We're glad with that. We think it's a simple and practical project that everyone can do. So we encourage all of you to try it at home. If there's nothing else to add, we can probably wrap up today's meeting.
Yes.
Fantastic. So guys, I will see all of you, my best friends, in the upcoming meeting next week, perhaps.
All right, cool. All right, so see you everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.